Hello subscribers and not subscribers. This is a quick video. I want to let you guys know that, well actually here, I'll show you. And of course, as you guys can tell, this is regarding the American Civil War mod for Empire Total War. Just wait for this loading screen to finish up. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I had attempted to live stream this. Didn't turn out well. You'll actually see why right now when I hit attack, and boom, crashes. I'm not quite sure what is causing it to crash, but even when I don't have any recording software running, it crashes when I load the battles. From what I could find, the fix is supposed to be that you go ahead and essentially decrease graphics settings, primarily AA and what is it, anastrophic filtering. And so I've got AA off. I'm pretty sure, actually, let me pull it back up real quick and check and confirm that. But I'm pretty sure I have AA off, and I'm pretty sure I have anastrophic filtering down to, what is it, bilinear, I think it is, or whatever. I honestly don't recall. So let me actually check that real quick. And if it actually works now, then actually you guys can disregard the poll that I posted, where I had asked you guys to decide the fate of the series, but we shall figure out whether or not that can be ignored once I go ahead and actually check and make sure that those two settings are down. So let's pull this up, and yeah, okay. So AA is off, and this is actually at trilinear. Let's try putting that at bilinear. And actually check real quick and see how that works out. If it works now, then you can disregard that straw poll that I posted on Google+. But if it doesn't work, then you guys are still going to have to vote to decide the fate of the series. So let's actually go and check that real quick. Although I think my settings, whenever it was the last time I actually recorded this, I think AA and anastrophic filtering were on though, so I'm not sure what the deal is. But maybe they were off, I don't recall. Okay, no, still crashes even with AA off and anastrophic filtering set to bilinear. So, yeah, you guys are going to have to go and decide the fate of the series. I gave you guys three options. Either yes, I go ahead and cancel it and probably never come back to it. You have the option of essentially leave the series, but come back to it at a later date when primarily when the mod itself is further along in development. And another one that is, which honestly, if it's, I'd have to do a new game to check and see if it still crashes if I do a new game or not. But I gave you guys the option of, no, don't cancel it, just start over again. But this time, rather than as the Union, play as the Confederates. But I do have to go and actually, honestly, for that third option, I would have to check and see if that issue persists in new games or not. Because it's possible that because I'm trying to load a save that was prior to me uninstalling Empire Total War, because that's what I did last night. I actually uninstalled it, reinstalled the mod. And maybe that's causing the issue somehow. I don't know. So maybe a new game will fix it. I'm not sure. If a new game does fix it, then I don't mind starting the series over again, but playing as the Confederates, so you guys aren't seeing the exact same thing all over. You aren't seeing the exact same thing over and over again. But, of course, if the issue persists in a new game, then I'm just gonna end the series as is and probably never come back to it, and I'll just come up with something else to do. Which actually, granted, Nobunaga's Ambition is supposed to be coming out soon, so if the issue itself does actually still persist, even after doing a new game, if you guys obviously select that choice, so if you guys select the choice for me to start over but play as the Confederates, if the issue still exists even then, I will probably actually just go and do a Nobunaga's Ambition playthrough as a replacement, so that I can at least replace it with another strategy game rather than replacing it with like a first-person shooter or something. And honestly, I've never played Nobunaga's Ambition, so I don't know how well that'll turn out. Which, hey, it might be interesting because you guys are going to see somebody that is going into it completely blind with literally no idea as to what the hell's going on. So that might be interesting. But either way, the issue does, as it stands right now, occur when I go and load a game, or start a battle from a save prior to the uninstalling of Empire Total War. So, again, you guys have those three choices. After I record this, I might actually go in real quick, try and launch a Confederate campaign and see if the issue persists, even in a new game. If it does, then I'm actually going to go and let you guys know that and tell you to probably post in the comments of this video your, what's the term I'm looking for? Sort of what your new vote is. So yeah, you guys, again, you guys are being given the opportunity to decide the fate of this series, and I'm not using the Google Plus polls so that maybe in theory you guys will actually vote, because usually you guys don't vote, and I'm not sure if that's just because it's the Google Plus polls and you don't want to vote there, or if, again, I don't know what the deal is. I give you guys the option to try and decide some things because I don't want to have to be the one that has to decide the fate of certain things. But of course, when you guys don't vote, I get to decide the fate and whether or not you guys, if you guys don't like the decision I make, oh well, that's your fault for not voting. It's literally that simple. I'm giving you guys the option to vote. If you don't vote, I don't want to hear any complaints. So I advise, as I always do when they give you guys the ability to vote on a decision, I advise that you vote and decide which option you would prefer. I'm going to go with whatever is the winner. So, I mean, granted, if there's a tie break, if there's a tie, then yes, I don't mind going and having to be the one to break it. But in that case, I'll probably try and go with the decision that you guys might prefer, even if it's not the decision that I would personally prefer. But again, so you guys, you decide the fate of the American Civil War mod for Empire Total War. I don't care what happens to it. It can be cancelled, it can be put on hold until the mod's further along in development. It can be restarted but playing as the Confederates. I don't know. We'll see. You guys decide though. If you don't vote, then I'm probably just going to go and cancel the series and do something else. Just for the sake of saving myself the trouble of trying to get it working. So again, you guys are being given the opportunity to decide. I will, as always, advise that you guys vote to decide the fate of the series for yourselves. That way, that way I don't have to hear complaints about, oh, why did you cancel the series? I really enjoyed it. And if you didn't vote, I don't want to hear any complaints. If you did vote, then I'll listen to your complaints, even if it's too late to change it. But whatever. Again, you decide. I don't really care what the decision is. I'm going to give you guys until next week to decide. You can do whatever you want. You can vote for any of those three options. Again, I'm going to go in real quick, probably do a quick new game as the Confederates and see if the issue persists. If it does, I'll let you guys know and tell you to vote in this video. Or if you selected that option, I'll advise that you go in the comments section of this video or even go onto my Twitter page or whatever and select your new vote, because you can't change your vote, I'm afraid. Straw poll doesn't have that option. It really should, in my opinion, so that in the event of a decision like that, you guys have the opportunity to change your votes. But nonetheless, I'm going to end this here. I'm going to go see if the issue persists in a new game. If it does, then oh well, those votes are going to have to be voted. The people that selected the option for a new game are going to have to select something new. And those people, well, I'm not going to say they're shit out of luck. Well, I guess they are technically shit out of luck because they're not going to be able to get the series if they were particularly enjoying it. But that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to go real quick, test and see if the issue persists. If it does, those people that selected the start a new campaign are going to have to select a new option. If it works and that issue is non-existent, then if that option wins, I will start the series over again. And I specified there that that was Confederates. I didn't put an option there for a brand new Union campaign because I just don't want to do another Union campaign right now, because I've already done one for quite a while and now it's not working. And so mix it up a little bit and play as the Confederates if I do a new campaign. So that's going to be it for this video. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share. And as always, I will advise that you vote so that your opinion actually matters to me. If you don't vote, I really don't have any reason to really care for your opinion as much as I do somebody that did vote. But until next time, goodbye and farewell. Want to let you guys know real quick, I just tried to start a Confederate game. The game doesn't even launch for me. So I went ahead and tried to do a brand new Union campaign, and the game still crashes on me when entering battles. It crashes on the loading screen as you guys actually saw in this video. So I'm afraid that don't vote for the third option because I will be ignoring those votes. And so you guys are now going to need to decide whether or not you want me to just give up on the series completely, or would you prefer for me to at least put it on hold and maybe return to it at some point in the future? When that'll be, I can't say. Maybe I'll wait until the mod is at like version 4.0 or something, and then I'll see if maybe it works. And if it does, I might return back to it then. Who knows? But either way, like I said, the game itself crashes on me. It doesn't even launch if I try and do a Confederate game. And it crashes on the loading screens going into battles, even when I do a brand new Union game. So again, do not vote for the third option. I will be ignoring any and all votes for that option because of what happens, or what I figured out in just doing the little attempts that I just tried after recording this video itself. But as I said at the end of the video, I'll see you guys next time. And as always, make sure you vote, because if you don't, I'm really have no reason to care for your opinion after the fact. Because, well, it's important that you vote. That way I actually know whether or not I should really be putting an effort to listen to your opinion. So, vote, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, goodbye and farewell.